Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to the channel, Reading Ideas. I've been tagged by Gavin at Genre Books. Nice channel, go check him out. Got some interesting stuff going on there. Got a great book collection as well, so go check him out. Was it in the garden here? It's not often like this. You've got to enjoy it while you can. A butterfly's going, look, a white butterfly going past there. Beautiful. Right, so the tag is the Muppet Show tag. Hello. Is the Muppet Tag. Now, I did watch some of the Muppets when I was younger, but it wasn't really my kind of thing. Some of it was good, but at times, when it couldn't be funny, it was loud, wasn't it? Yeah, each to their own. So this is the Muppet Tag. There are 10 prompts based on the characters. So here we go with tag 1, Kermit. Name a book with a great leader. I'm going to do better than that. If you want to be a good leader, if you want to, advice on it, get you thinking, there are 2 fantastic books out there. One is The Art of War, written by Sun Tzu. I think it was, written about 350 BC, if I remember rightly. It's a very old book, brought down through the generations. It was when China was a series of warring states. They were always at war, and being able to fight and protect your country was a key thing. So it's fabulously written. Get the Wordsworth edition of that, the Wordsworth Classic Edition, not the other translations. No. And the other one is The Prince by Machiavelli. Get the Penguin translation on that. Fantastic books on how to be a great leader. Check those 2 out. 2, Fozzie Bear. Name a book that makes you laugh. The books that are thought of that have made me laugh recently are the cartoon books called The Wizard of Id. So check that out. And there is, of course, if you want something probably a bit more famous and known in the US, is Far Side. Can't beat a bit of the Far Side. Some absolutely hilarious stuff in there, but it's kind of got, this is my take, it's kind of got, it's almost a bit horror based, isn't it? So after you've read a few, that kind of, well, in me, that kind of horror residue builds up, and I have to have a bit of a break from it. Yeah, it kind of builds up. Yeah. 3, Animal. Name a book that is unpredictable. Name a book that is unpredictable. Well, I'm going to pick a book that it's got an unpredictable character in, on a given insight into quite a famous character. So the book is the biography of Sir Arthur Conan Doyle by Hesketh Pearson. Whoever you can search that out, what a great book. And in that there's when Sir Arthur was first becoming a doctor, he had got a business partner, more experienced, more flamboyant, Dr. George Turnavine Budd, B-U-D-D, Dr. Budd. And this, the description in Hesketh Pearson's book of this Dr. Budd, and the discussion is that this formed part of the character of Sherlock Holmes. So as well as the the analytical side of Sherlock. Oh, that's Turkish tobacco. It must have been Dr. Smith in the backstreet alley of Baker Street. The kind of the wild side. The Hesketh Pearson reckons that it was based on Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's experience of Dr. Budd, and you should read it. It is a fabulous description of him. Absolutely amazing. Unpredictable is the word. 4. Statler and Waldorf. Name a book that had to win you over. Well, this was... I used to work on a second-hand bookstall as a teenager in Bury, North Lancashire, and the books were 10 pence each. You could send it back for 5 pence, and they were in big cardboard boxes that were ex-flower boxes, and there was a box of cowies, and people used to come on asking for cowboy books, and I read a lot of books, and I think I gave one a try. Wasn't keen, so I avoided the whole genre for years, and just this last year I picked up in a charity shop a stack of Louis L'Amour, thinking I'd be able to kind of trade them on because it was 15 books for a fiver. Read one, absolutely amazing. So hats off to Louis L'Amour. What a good storyteller he is. So that won me over. Just a couple of dishonourable mentions, unlike The Catcher in the Rye and The Great Gatsby. Top 10 books? Get out of here. Go on, sling your hook. They didn't win me over. I might give The Great Gatsby another go. But that Catcher in the Rye. But that's what's great, isn't it? We all have our favourites. 5. Ernie. Name a character that is innocent or naive or both. A writer I've just caught up with this year is Robert Louis Stevenson and David Balfour in Kidnapped. He is innocent and naive, isn't he? What a writer. If you haven't read him, then Treasure Island, Kidnapped, and Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Yeah, fabulous stuff. 6. Gonzo the Great. Name a book that defies simple genre definitions. The book that came to mind is Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. You could kind of say it's sci-fi, but it isn't quite, and it's comedy. There's a mystery involved. Yeah, he was a bit different, that Douglas Adams, wasn't he? Yeah, so that's my pick for that. 7. Dr. Bunsen Honeydew. Name a book with a great concept. Okay, so I think the book with Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde has got a pretty good concept, hasn't it? Where he drinks that potion and it distills his negative traits into the character. Yeah, so that's quite an interesting concept. Frankenstein obviously is famous, but the one I'm going to pick is Fiesta, otherwise known as The Sun Also Rises, Ernest Hemingway's breakthrough novel. So he had the idea of leaving out like a plot, or leaving something out so that it would be in the background, and he felt that it would give greater feeling to the reader. And quite a few people have done reviews of the book and completely missed the core of the book, which is rather strange, because he pretty much, to say he's leaving it out isn't quite true, because he pretty much says it along the way, and it's just there the whole way through. So what happens is that it's after the war. There's Jake, who has a very, very, well, all injuries are unfortunate, but he has a injury from the First World War, so that he cannot make love, and then then he is plunged into a group of people who are very hedonistic. After they're hard working, but they're also quite hedonistic. They've got quite loose morals. There's a female character who he loves and she loves him, but she is very, very hedonistic, and so it's can they not be together with this injury that he's carrying. So it really is extremely, extremely well written. 8. Dr. Teeth. Name a character that lights up a scene and makes you smile. Okay, so I'm going to go for Mr. Elton in Emma by Jane Austen. Jane Austen is just a wonderful comedic writer, and very, very good on main and minor characters. Just so good. You could pick lots of other ones, but Mr. Elton is just such a weasel. He's just such a social climber. He's just so, he's just borderline horrible, isn't he? And he's just kind of like, oh, here he comes again. What's he going to come out with now? So that's you kind of look forward to disliking him. 9. Rowlf the Dog. Name a character that's laid back and copes with the chaos around them. You might not have know anything to do with this character. Nassim Nicholas Taleb has written some absolutely amazing philosophical books. The Black Swan, Anti-Fragile, Fooled by Randomness, absolutely amazing books. He was a trader on the stock market. He fled the war in Lebanon. He's one of the most widely read people alive. He is definitely a genius, definitely genius level person, and he knew somebody in real life who he based a character in his books called Fat Tony on, and this person would he lots of people in the world, so I'll just give you a random example that comes to mind. So in America you've got the Democrats v Republicans, those that love Trump, those that hate Trump, and Fat Tony would look at that and be completely dispassionate, wouldn't be interested in either side. He'd just be sat there, looking at it, thinking, being outside of it and trying to make money off of it. He's just unbelievably laid back in the true sense of the word. Not partaking in the ups and downs and the vagaries of the world, but standing back and kind of looking at it like a third person. Very, very interesting character. 10. The Muppets. Name a book with a great found family. I'm going to mention an author again. I've mentioned him. Louis L'Amour. In a lot of Louis L'Amour's books, the found family is is kind of a central theme in a lot of his books. So I will have a character, usually a male character, and on the Wild West, and they'll either be confronted by you know, warring Indians, or cattle rustlers, or you know, the local big shots trying to throw their weight around. And around that character there will become like a found family. Quite often it will be a female character he will be protecting, but she'll be helping him, or you know, a group of people who, because there's no, you know, there's no police there running things, and people had to kind of make their own law. So he, you know, around that central character would gather, you know, like a found family of like-minded people trying to fight off, you know, whatever the bad guys or the difficulty in nature that they have to team up to defeat. So they come together very quickly, and yeah. So if you're looking for a found family, Louis L'Amour books are a good place to start. Right, so that's the Muppet Tag. Thanks once again to Gavin at Genre Books for tagging me, and I will tag a few people below. Happy reading, everybody. Hope you enjoyed those answers. Bye for now.